Okay, so good evening, everyone, and welcome to this webinar called Technical Analysis Using Fibonacci and Clouds. Particularly, we'll be discussing about the introduction to using Fibonacci retracement. A lot of people are using Fibonacci, but I noticed they don't know the concept with regards to how to use Fibonacci properly. Okay, Fibonacci is a very powerful tool if you use it properly, and at the same time, it can identify you can easily identify the critical resistance. You can easily identify the critical support before the price even happens. May mga napapansin nyo yung mga analysis na pinopost natin na sinasabi nung iba na almost accurate. It's not always accurate per se, but you will know the probability the moment na you start to know the concept sa paggamit ng Fibonacci. Unfortunately, like the recent case of global ferronickel, where alam naman natin, a very hot topic siya sa ngayon, and napakaraming naipit. Kung if you're using Fibonacci as early as February of this year, you will notice kung gaano ka-effective yon, and you will know, you will already have a warning signal na makaka-exit ka na kaagad if you were using Fibonacci back then. Anyhow, it's not just give me a second. Okay. So, ipapakita natin dito yung concept behind that at kung paano natin ginawa yon. So, don't expect too much. This is particularly a basic introduction to Fibonacci, but the information I will provide you will be more than enough for anyone to be able to trade using the Fibonacci. So you can use any tools that you have. If you're a user of Instagrams, you can just log into Instagrams and you can use the TradingView application there. If you're using All Financial, they have the charting tool. They have Fibonacci there. If you're using MakeTrade, they have Fibonacci also. And the advantage of MakeTrade is they have real-time Ichimoku. So if in case you decided to study about Ichimoku Kinko MakeTrade is the best platform because they will give you the opportunity to see a real-time data with Ichimoku from 5-minute chart all the way to the yearly chart. Okay, so moving forward, few rules. So turning off your cell phone does not in any way nakaka-apekto sa discussion natin. Pero what will happen is mawawala ka sa atensyon, and ang mangyayari is hindi mo maintindihan, maaaring ma-miss mo yung pinag-uusapan natin. So I would suggest you turn off your cell phone even for an hour, or you can keep it in silent mode, and if it's really an emergency, you can take the call. There's no worries. Do not hesitate to ask questions. Kung meron kayong nalalabuan, ang mangyayari niyan is just raise your hand. Meron kayong nakikita dyan na ngayon may mga nag-raise ng kamay. Okay. Nakikita niyo ba yung screen ko? Okay, Okay, nakikita niyo yung nakasulat, yung a few rules. Okay. Okay. Hindi niyo po ako makikita. Unfortunately, dun sa mga naghahangad na makita ko, hindi niyo po ako makikita. All you can have is my voice. Yun lang ang maririnig niyo sa akin. So sorry to disappoint yung mga naghahangad na makita ko. And don't worry, wala naman kayong mamimiss. Hindi tayo kagwapuhan. Okay. So, in case you want to use the toilet, sexy daw ang voice. Okay, in case you want to use the toilet, feel free to do so. But if you can hold it for an hour, please do dahil hindi na natin ulitin ito. Although I'm recording this at the moment and I will upload the recording. Kung ano yung nakikita niyo dito sa screen, kung ano yung naririnig niyo, yan mismo yung lalabas. So you can go back to that anytime that you wish and you can just review if you have anything that you want to clarify during the implementation or if you're using it during your training. Okay, so disclaimer, if you can give like a minute to read the disclaimer, hindi ako ang nag-develop nito. Fibonacci hindi ko ginawa. Ichimoku is hindi ako nag-invento. Harmonics hindi ako nag-invento. And they don't recommend me. I'm just doing this webinar and putting it in this slides for the sake of presentation. Nothing more. And I don't represent any of those. I don't represent the makers of Ichimoku or the creator of Harmonic, not even the creator of Fibonacci. Okay. So, kung nabasa na, okay, maganda raw yung voice ko. Maraming salamat. Sabi nila, kaboses ko raw yun sa panlasang Pinoy. So, ang susunod na putahe ay... Okay. So now, we proceed now to our objective. Our objective, primarily, is to be able to have the basic understanding of the trading concept involving Fibonacci retracement. So Fibonacci, I would say, is a very powerful tool if used properly, and napakaraming use from harmonics all the way to projection, lahat yan based on Fibonacci. So once you understand the basic concept of Fibonacci, if you will be moving to a more advanced use like harmonics, ito yung I would say this will be the best opportunity para mas maintindihan nyo kung paano gawin yun. Okay, so Fibonacci retracement. Why Fibonacci? So ang reason bakit Fibonacci is a leading indicator. That's basically it. It is leading yung mga ginagamit natin na SMAs, yung mga ginagamit natin ng mga EMAs, stochastics, MACD, OEB, lahat ng yan is dependent sa price. So meaning, anything na mag-signal sa kanila ng buy, what happens is you're already one candle delayed. Nangyari na yung buy one candle before, bago ngayon lalabas na buy sa kanila. Sa Fibonacci, before it even reach a certain level, may idea ka na kaagad. Nasaan ang support level niyan, nasaan ang bounce point niyan, nasaan ang pwedeng ang area na pwedeng mag-take profit ako, nasaan ang level na pwede ako mag-cut lot. Lahat ng information is nasa Fibonacci na. All you have to do is just draw that one line and everything lalabas na kaagad dyan. Okay, a Fibonacci trader is able to get the most part of the move of the moment of breakout. With the Fibonacci tool, the trader can, on many occasions, exit almost exactly at the end of the move. Okay, so napapansin nyo minsan, katulad nung natsambahan natin yung global ferronickel as early as February, we plotted the harmonic pattern using Fibonacci, and exactly at the point where we said that the price will drop, it nangyari. So may mga ganong cases na tsambahan, pero as I said, hindi siya 100%. There's always room for error, and all you have to do is just manage your risk. Okay? Fibonacci, binibigyan tayo ng opportunity to identify where will be our target price, where will be a critical support, where will be the critical resistance that we have to observe, nasaan ang bounce point level, and even all the cap loss level. So, Fibonacci numbers, saan ba nanggaling? So, ang nagsimula niyan is si Leonardo Pisano Bigoglio. He was born around 1170 in Italy, and nakilala siya sa Fibonacci na pangalan is nung sinulat niya yung kanyang libro na ang pangalan ng Liber Abaci, the word, yung reason paano niya nakuha yung sequence na yan is nagkaroon ng task si Leonardo na meron dalawang rabbit at binigyan siya ng task ng hari na identify niya kung gaano kabilis yung magiging progression kapag nag-mate yung dalawang rabbit. Hanggang ilan po pwedeng mangyari from two rabbits. So he was able to come up with a calculation kaya na very widely used ngayon. The sequence is present in many different areas. Mathematics, nature. If you notice, di ba, very common yung eye of the storm, makikita nyo. If you will use Fibonacci sequence on that, makikita nyo na very precise yung spacing niyan. Okay, yung spiral shell ng Nautilus crab, not Nautilus snail or something, yung spiral nun is based on Fibonacci. The solar system, if I'm not mistaken, is based on Fibonacci, the spacing of the planet. The Milky Way based on Fibonacci. Okay, so if the entire planet is based on Fibonacci, even the leaves of the trees, mapapansin nyo kahit gaano kalabong yung dahon, nawawala yung voice ko. Nawawala ba yung voice ko? Okay. Okay, so hindi naman daw, baka dun sa lang. Okay, may nag-message kasi nawawala daw voice ko. Anyhow, we proceed. Kung present yung mga yon sa mundo natin, yung di ba, yung example ko nga, yung puno, kahit na gaano karami yung dahon ng puno na yan, mapapansin nyo, even yung dahon sa pinakamababang branch, na kung saan hindi na akala nyo masisinagan ng araw, is inaabot ng sinag ng araw. Bakit? Dahil the way they are presented is the position is using Fibonacci. Okay, malalaman nyo na tinatamaan ng araw yung dahon is if it's green. Because photosynthesis is required para maging green yung dahon, and kailangan nun ng araw. So yun lang is very, makikita nyo, kahit na gaano kalawak yan, bakit inaabot ng araw. So ganun siya kagaling yung Fibonacci na yan. Okay? So kung lahat ng yan is available sa paligid natin, what more sa trading? So ano ba yung Fibonacci? Okay, the sequence are as follows. So we have 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and so on and so forth. Where each number is the sum of the two prior points. So if 0 and 1, you add the two together, the result will be 1. 1 plus 1 will be 2, 1 plus 2 will be 3, 2 plus 3 will be 5, 3 plus 5 will be 8, 5 plus 8 will be 13, and so on and so forth. Kung hanggang saan nyo man kayang bilangin. So, ganun lang ang mangyayari. I-add lang natin yung magkasunod na numbers at yan ang magiging resulta. Okay. So, what is Fibonacci retracement and ratio? So, hindi naman natin ginagamit yung 0, 1, 2, 5 pagka nagdodraw ka ng Fibonacci. It's mostly calculated in percentage. Diba? Merong 61.8%. So, paano na-derive yung mga yon? So, if you will look at the sequence, diba? Ang ginamit ko dito is 5 and 8. So 5 and 8 on the sequence is somewhere here. Okay, we have 3 plus 5 equals 8. 5 plus 8 is equals to 13. So if you will divide 5 divided by 8, the result will be 0.62. Okay, that's rounded up already. If you will divide 8 to 5, the result will be 1.62. If you will divide 5 to 13, the result will be 0.38. And if you will divide 13 to 5, the result will be 2.62. Now we move on to the next level, to the next sequence. Okay, 8 divided by 13 will be 0.61. 13 divided by 8 will be 1.62. 8 divided by 21 will be 0.38. And 21 divided by 8 will be 2.62. You can do that even to the highest number na makikita nyo dyan, and the ratio will all be the same. Okay, yan ang beauty ng Fibonacci. Kahit na gaano pa kataas ang numbers na yan, kung ano yung nakikita nyo dito na ratio, they will all be the same. Okay? So kung ganon, napansin ng mga traders na po pwede pala natin gamitin ito sa identifying ng potential na movement ng price. Okay? So how to draw, okay, nauna ng ito dapat. So what retracement levels should I use? If you will try to understand the standard levels are the following. Nakita niyo yung kanina, di ba? We have 38.2%, which is the percentage of 0.38, 61.8%, which is the percentage of 0.61, 161.8, which is also known as the golden ratio. Makikita niyo dito, meron ditong 50%. So yung 50% is not actually a Fibonacci ratio. However, traders were able to make the conclusion that whenever the price will retrace to a 50% level, there's always a chance na nagkakaroon ng reversal or bounce point. Okay? So kaya isinama yung 50%. Ganon din yung 100%. So pwede nyo ilagay yung 100%. Yung 100% na yun is usually a strong retracement na whenever that gets broken, nagumuguho na ang presyo. Okay. So, ito lang muna yung gagamitin natin as basic. Okay, you can use other retracement levels as you wish, pero dito tayo magfo-focus sa basic na to. Basically, it's 38.2, 61.8, and 161.8. We may be adding some levels as we go along, pero dito siya dito sa apat na levels na to, usually nagkakaroon ng more or less mga critical na movement. Okay. So, how to draw the retracement level? Ito yung pinaka-critical eh. Okay? Dahil kadalasan may makikita ako na nagpa-plot ng Fibonacci na form fitting ang nangyayari. Pag sinabi form fitting, hindi siya consistent. Okay? But if you know the exact way on how to retrace, to draw the retracement, napakadali niyan. Sabi niya, it's as easy as writing ABCD. However, you need to consider the 4 points that we have here before going through the whole Fibonacci process. Okay? Sabi nga dito, it needs to be observed to maintain a consistent reading and prevent misanalysis that could lead to costly mistakes. So we only have 4. Napakadali niyan. The first one, don't mix Fibonacci reference points. The second one is don't ignore long-term trends. The third one is don't rely on Fibonacci alone. And the last one is don't choose Fibonacci over short intervals. So how do we go about this? So we start with the first one. Don't mix Fibonacci reference points. I will show you a simple chart. Okay, this is using AMI Broker. So this is the PSEI or our index. Okay, nakikita niyo ba yung index? Nakikita niyo yung chart? Okay, may mga question po about stocks. Hindi po natin sasagutin yan for the time being. Di-discuss po natin dito is yung concept. After this, then we can start moving on. We will entertain some questions, particularly to a stock, and then we will try to plot Fibonacci on that stock para magkaroon kayo ng idea kung paano natin ito gagawin. Okay, so yung mga may tanong regarding sa mga particular stock, after na maipakita natin kung paano yung application, then we will move on to your particular stock. Okay, so we have here the PLC. Sabi dun sa PLC stock, sorry, PSEI. Sabi dun is don't mix Fibonacci reference point. Rule number 1. When you say Fibonacci reference point, what happens usually is ang ginagawa nung iba is they will plot here and then use yung closing dun sa dulo. Okay, just to see, parang forfeit nila. This is wrong. Okay, wag na wag niyong gagawin to. Bakit? Dahil hindi magiging consistent yung reading nyo. Maaaring makachamba kayo sa reading nyo to, pero sa mga susunod na gagawin yan, it will not be consistent. Okay? Sa akin, whenever I use Fibonacci, and even on my students, I advise and suggest, highly suggest, to not include the wick of the candle. Sasabihin niyo, bakit hindi sasama yung wick ng candle? Eh, yan yung, yan yung resistance na sinasabi. For me, it's not a resistance. Eh, dahil the wick, however long it is, usually signifies an extreme emotion that happened on that particular day or week. Okay, like for example, this part of the candle, mapapansin nyo, napakahaba ng wick niya pababa. So, ibig sabihin, nagkaroon ng intense emotion at nagkaroon ng selling. Pero that doesn't mean na yung 69, 6,800 na level na yan is the support. It's not the support. Nasa anong support? Mapapansin nyo, nag-close siya somewhere sa level na to, around 7125. Okay? Pero you can use the wick of the candle, it's not a problem. But make sure that when you're using the wick of the candle, you use it all the way up to the last. Hindi po pwedeng wick sa dulo, tapos body sa kabila. Okay? So for the purpose of this discussion, ang ipapakita ko sa inyo is how I use Fibonacci retracement. Hindi natin ginagamit yung wick. We always focus mostly on the body of the candle because the body signifies mostly where is the support. Okay, so sabi nga dyan, di ba, consistent. So kung ito yung body, hanggang dyan. Okay, so papasin niya, paano nangyari? Paano mo napili yung level na yan kung saan ka magsisimula? The answer to that is, all you have to do is just find a consolidation point or a pivot point. Okay, kung saan nagkaroon na, nakita mo na nagkaroon na reversal, you can use that point as a point of reference. You can use this level. You can use this level. Okay? Walang problema dyan. You can use any level as long as yan ay nagkaroon ng consolidation sa area na yan at masasabi mo na yan ay, yung point na yan, doon nagkaroon ng starting point bago siya nagkaroon ng pag-angat. So, yun yung una nating tatandaan. Either a pivot point, okay, you can use any pivot point. Okay, pwede ito, pwede ito, pwede yan, pwede yan, pwede dito, pwede dito. You can use the whole leg. Walang problema dyan. Okay? Choppy. So ngayon, hindi na choppy. Okay, so yun yung rule number 1 natin. Kailangan consistent. Pag ginamit mo yung body lang all throughout. Pag sinama mo yung wick, kailangan all throughout isama mo yung wick. Okay? Kung paano yung implement, it will be up to you. Okay. So next, sabi dyan is don't ignore long-term trends. So pag sinabing don't ignore long-term trends, the more candles you use, the more na makikita mo talaga yung long-term na trend. Okay, like for example, this one, I'm using the weekly chart. Okay, I can use from this point to this point to identify a certain trend, which is from December until May. So this is the 6-month period. I can use from this point to this point para makita ko yung longer trend. Okay, which is from December 2013 until May. Okay, so the longer na ginagamit mo yung candle, mas magkakaroon ka ng idea kung nasaan yung direction nito. Okay, papaliwanag natin mamaya kung paano yan. So, but sabi nga, di ba may kasabihan, the longer, the better. Okay, so you can use this in the daily chart, but I would suggest if you're looking for a trend, look at the weekly chart or look at the monthly chart. If you're looking for entry and exit, you look at the daily chart. Third, don't rely on Fibonacci alone. Bakit? Dahil Fibonacci, hindi niya sasabihin sa'yo exactly kung kailan. Kaya makikita mo merong potential. Pero kailangan mo ng additional conviction. Okay? So kung ano man yung ginagamit nyo, if you're using RSI, if you're using OBV, if you're using stochastics, if you're using MACD, if you can identify any reversal within those what do you call that, oscillators, feel free to do so. Okay, so ngayon, gamitin natin is stochastic. Okay, dahil Ito, madalas ko rin nakikita to, stochastics. So, kailan gagamitin yung stochastics? Matatandaan nyo lang sa stochastics, basta nag-cross, yun na yun. Okay, pagka nag-cross siya ng pababa, it's usually a trigger of selling. Pagka nag-cross siya ng pataas, it's usually a trigger of buying. So, 80 and 20, ano ba to? 0 and 80 is the limit. So, usually within that level, above 80 is usually an overbought level. Below that, below 20, parang sa RSI, is usually an sold level. So you can use that if you want to add conviction to your trading. You can also use MACD. Put MACD. Okay, moving average, convergence, divergence. So you can use MACD. Nasa sa inyo yan. Okay? And lastly, sabi diyan, don't use Fibonacci over short intervals. Don't use Fibonacci on an intraday chart dahil makikita nyo very choppy niyan. Okay, as much as possible, you can use Fibonacci on a daily chart, but I would highly suggest at the end of the week, if you're looking for a trade for the following week, you look at the weekly chart para magkaroon kayo ng idea, and then you look on the daily chart so that you can plan your entry and your exit levels. Okay. So when should you enter a trade? So ito yung importante. Kailan ba papasok sa trade? Okay. So we have three levels. We have three psychological levels. We have if you're a high risk trader, if you're a medium risk trader, or if you're a low risk trader. If you're a high risk trader, sabi dyan, when the price almost reaches 38.2% retracement support. So if you're looking at the Fibonacci, okay, hindi natin dito yung FNI. Okay, if you're looking at the Fibonacci price, okay, sabi dito, for high risk, it's usually at the 38.2% level. So if you're using Ami Broker, okay, ang pag-plot natin is kung anong direction ng leg na sinusukat mo, doon ka magpa-plot. So for example, I am measuring this leg. Okay? I'm measuring this leg. All I have to do is plot from this point to that direction para makita ko yung pagbagsak. Kasi sinusukat ko dyan is yung pagbagsak. Saan ko ba makikitaan ng pwedeng support? If you're measuring naman this level, pababa na to. Okay? So the same. Kung anong direction ng arrow na yan, yun ang direction ng plot mo. So from this level up to this level. Para makita mo naman yung paakyat. Okay. So high risk. If you're a high risk trader, so sabi dito, usually a high risk trader is before it even bounce the 38%. So we have here the 38% Fibonacci. So usually before this part, okay, even matures, after this level, nakita niya, nag-touch lang siya sa 38%. Okay? Nakita niya nag-touch siya sa 38% dahil napaka tawag dito, napaka high risk na trader niyan. Nakita niya tong level na to, bumili ka agad siya. Okay? Dahil nakita niya, nag-bounce eh. If you're a medium risk trader, sabi diyan, when the price bounced from 61.8 and or broke out of the 38.2% retracement resistance. So, if you're a medium risk trader, titingnan mo muna kung mabe-break ba tong 38% na to. Na-break. Katulad nitong part na to. Okay? After na-break, nakita nyo, tinest yung 61.8% somewhere here. So, if you're a medium risk trader, aantayin mong makita yan na magkakaroon ng reversal sa susunod. If wala ka nakitang reversal sa susunod, basically, hindi mo dapat iti-trade yan. Okay? So sa case na to, if you're a medium risk trader, if you're a high risk trader, nag-fail ka na kaagad. If you're a medium risk trader, hindi ka pa nagpapasok ng trade. Okay? If you're a low risk trader, sabi niya, when the price broke out of the recent high. So, ibig sabihin, if you're a low-risk trader, kahit na mag-bounce siya sa point ng 61.8% na to, na-break niya itong 38.2% na to, kailan ka lang bibili? Once na ito ay na-break na. If yung recent high na to, na-break na, doon pa lang bumibili yung mga low-risk traders. Okay. Bottom to top ang direction if you are measuring yung pagbagsak. Okay? Bottom to top ang direction if you are measuring yung pagbagsak. Top to bottom ang direction if you're measuring yung pag-angat. So katulad ng case na to, gusto kong malaman yung pagbagsak nito. Assuming na itong level na to hindi pa nag-exist. Okay, assuming hindi pa nag-exist, we only have up to this level, itong candlestick na to. So all I have to do is from bottom to top. Okay? Saka ako ngayon titingnan. And then saka ako magdi-derive ng plan base dito. Okay? May nagtaas ng kamay. Sino nagtaas ng kamay? Ayun, si Sir Benji. So, nasagot ka na, Sir Benji. Hopefully. Okay. So, moving forward. So, kung high-risk trader ka, pinasok mo na yung level na to. Okay? Nag-fail ka na kagad. If you're a low-risk trader, medium-risk trader, wala ka iti-trade. If you're a low-risk trader, wala kang trade. Okay? So, basically, sa setup na to, wala ka dapat tine-trade. Dahil makikita natin dyan yung level na yan. Okay? So ngayon, sasabihin natin, paano natin malalaman kung mataas ba yung chance na ito ay ma-break or hindi? Nasaan ang mga critical support? Nasaan ang mga critical resistance? So remember yung apat na levels kanina, di ba? We have the 38.2%, okay, we have the 50%, we have the 61.8%, and we have the 161.8%. So itong tatandaan nyo palagi. Para pinakasimple. Ang pinakasimpleng explanation natin dito sa Fibonacci. You can tell a story just by drawing this line. What do you mean by story? So, nakita natin yung FNI na nakakita tayo ng red candle. Okay? Remember, huwag kayong maglalagay ng retracement sa unfinished na leg. Ibig sabihin, until you see na yung reversal is confirmed, hindi tayo maglalagay ng retracement. So halimbawa, itong level na to, okay, itong area na to ay hindi pa nag-exist. Nakita natin itong red pa lang. Pwede na ba tayo maglagay ng retracement na ganito? Hindi pa pwede yan. Okay? Hindi pa pwede yan na gawin. Bakit? Kasi hindi ka pa nakakasiguro. If you will look at this candlestick, okay? The same, di ba? Pero anong nangyari? After that, umabante pa siya. So, kailan mo gagawin yung paglalagay ng Fibonacci? Pag na-confirm mo na sa susunod na candle na nagkaroon nga ng pivot dun sa area na yon or nagkaroon ng pag-reverse. So ngayon, lumabas itong candle na to, nalaman natin na yan ay reversal. The first thing that you will look at is the 38.2% retracement. Bakit 38.2%? The 38.2% is the most critical support. Okay? It will serve as your early warning signal sa isang stock kapag bumabagsak. Kapag ang 38.2% ay binasag at support, mag-ingat na kayo. Bakit? Because it is an indication na yung reversal is getting stronger. Okay? So, sa 38.2% pa lang, pag nakita nyo yung binasag na yan, you should be alarmed. Okay? So, it moves down, binasag yung 38.2%. Once na binasag ang mga critical support na yan, yung apat na level na yon, yung 38.2%, yung 61.8%, yung 161.8%, actually, tatlo pala, yung tatlong yan. Every time na binabasag yung mga yan, either as a resistance or as support, it will require a retest. Okay? It will require a retest para masabi mo na yan ay malakas. So katulad nito, ang nangyari, pansin nyo, pag break niya ng 38.2%, binasag niya, pero ni-retest siya as resistance. If the retest fails, alam nyo na yan ay mahina na. And it will eventually fail. Kapag ang susunod na candle ay hindi naging retest, it is a show of a weakening trend at ang prevailing trend which is downtrend ay lumalakas na. So katulad nitong case na to, pansinin nyo yung 61.8%, binasag yung 61.8%, at invest yung 61.8%. The next candle, binasag. Walang retest na nangyari dahil mas mababa. So it is already an indication na sobrang lakas na yung trend at hindi mo na dapat muna hawakan yan. If shorting is allowed sa Pilipinas, the moment it breaks this 38.2%, you can start shorting. Okay? Kailan ka magko-cover? Kapag nakakita ka na ng reversal on the other direction naman. Okay? Okay, pag binasag, okay, good question. Pag binasag, may question dito, sabi, pag binasag ba kahit weak lang or should be the whole body? Pag binasag, ang ibig sabihin natin dyan is nag-close. Okay, pag binasag, yung term natin na binasag, kailangan siyang mag-close. Kapag hindi siya nag-close, doon sa level na yon, ibig sabihin nag-hold yung level na yon. Okay. Yung pivot point trigger is yung next candle, nag-post ng lower close versus yung previous long red candle. Hindi ko po mag-gets yung tanong. So usually, matatatandaan nyo, yung pivot point yan is once na ma-confirm nyo after two candles, okay? So katulad nito, nagkaroon ng pivot dito. Okay? Bumagsak siya. Sumunod na candle niyan is pababa na. So pwede nyo na i-consider yan as one pivot point. Okay, mini pivot point. So the moment na binasag niya na yung mga levels na yan, yan ay critical na. So if you're holding FNI as early as February, okay, nakita nyo, as early as second week of February, na tinetest niya na ngayon yung 38.2%. And makikita nyo yung stochastics nyo is pababa. And wala kang nakikitang positive, you could have sold somewhere sa level na to. Okay? And magantay ka na lang kung kailan makakita ng reversal. So mapapansin nyo dito, bumaba siya, di ba? Sasabihin nyo, ay, may hammer na. So reversal na yan. Pwede na ba ako maglagay ng Fibonacci? Hindi pa rin. Okay, bakit? Kasi maraming ganyan na po pwedeng ma-invalidate yan sa mga susunod. So until makakita tayo ng green candle, katulad nitong level na to, okay, katulad nitong level na to, at yung green candle na yon ay nasundan ng pagtaas, only then we will assume at Fibonacci on that level. Until wala kang pivot point, huwag kang maglalagay ng Fibonacci. So habang bumababa yan, ang pivot point na gagamitin ko is itong level na to. Okay? How do you confirm the FIBO with the clouds? That is, out of this discussion, masyadong advanced yan. We have yung Fibonacci clouds na actual training natin, which covers 4 modules, and we have a discussion for Ichimoku lasting for around 4 hours. So, ganun siya kadetalye. So, dito, ano lang to, i-run through lang natin to para magkaroon ng idea yung karamihan on how to use Fibonacci. So, sorry to disappoint, walang Ichimoku to, walang harmonics. It's just an introduction of the Fibonacci para malaman nyo kung paano gamitin. Okay, sa daily nagkaroon ng pivot ang FNI noong 27 of May. Okay, if you're using daily, yes, you are correct. Sa daily, pwede mong gamitin yan. So you have this point and you have this level. So, kung babasahin natin to, if you're using a daily chart, sabi dito, you have the approaching siya sa 38.2%. Once na nakita mo na to, alam mo na kung nasaan ang resistance. Di ba? So resistance will be somewhere around 1.65. Tingnan natin. Hindi ko lang yung latest. Okay. So ano nakita natin dito? The price was rejected by 1.65. So napansin niyo yung level ng 61.8%. Okay? Nakikita niyo kung nasaan yung mga resistance. Yung 61.8% dito, tinan niyo ginamit niya as support. Nung nabasag na, nagdire-diretso yung 38.2%. So ngayon dito, unfortunately, it failed to break 1.657. Remember, if the price failed to break even 38.2%, that is a sign of weakness. So para masabi natin na nagkaroon ng reversal na talaga at strong na ang reversal nito, it needs to close above 1.67. Until that happens, it is still showing na mahina pa rin siya. Although you have your indicators already, mapapansin nyo, you have your indicators here showing na nagkakaroon na ng potential reversal. Pero until, sa akin, if I'm a Fibonacci trader, until I see this, only then will I be convinced. Okay, if you're trading, if you want na pasukin ito, you have to be cautious dahil pwede yung mauntog anytime. Okay, second requirement, sa 38.2 and 61.8%, kapag yan ay binasag, it needs to have a good volume. Okay, when you say good volume, the volume should be higher from the previous candles. Kapag walang volume yan, it means it will fail kapag nagkaroon ng retest. So papansinin nyo ngayon, napakalaki ng volume, pero hindi niya kinayang i-sustain. So yan ang isang titingnan natin dyan. Okay? So you can use that on all time frame. Okay? On a weekly chart, okay, mapapansin niyo dito. Okay, so weekly chart, ano nag-hold sa kanya support? Meron tayong tinatawag na 127% level. Okay? So if you're a medium risk trader, so alam na natin yan. Yung low risk trader, alam na rin natin yan. Okay, so when should you stop or cut your losses? Ito, palaging nakakalimutan to or most of the time hindi alam. Okay? Stop loss or cut loss are used hindi para ikaw ay malugi. Okay? Stop loss and cut losses are used to protect your capital. Okay. So may nagtanong, para saan ang red lines sa Fibo from the blue line? Wala pong ano yon. Kumbaga, depende po yan kung anong color ang gusto nyo. Okay? So dito kasi ginawa kong solid lines yung mga identified ko as strong resistance or strong support. Para sa isang tingin ko pa lang, malalaman ko na kagad kung nasaan sila. So you can do so on your own. So if you're using Ami Broker, just double click, go to Fibonacci tab, palitan nyo dito. Pwede nyo gawing purple, pwede nyo gawing pink, pwede nyo gawing fuchsia, kung ano man ang choice nyo, nasa sa inyo. Okay. Ma'am Cindy, may question po. Nagtaas ng kamay si Ma'am Cindy. Binaba na. Sir Benji, nakataas pa rin kamay. May question po ba? Sir Marco, may question? Okay. Nagigets ba yung concept? Napaka-basic ng concept na to. Okay? Na sa isang tingin mo pa lang, the moment you plot your Fibonacci, magkakaroon ka na kaagad ng idea. Okay? When to enter, when to exit. Okay? So ngayon, yung stop loss or cut loss, sabi dito, if you're a low risk trader, when the price reaches a 38.2% retracement support. So dahil ang ating low risk trader is bumibili lang siya after ma-break yung high, kailan ka dapat magka-cut loss? Meron kang two options. Pwede kang mag-cut loss if you're very tight with your cut loss position, you can cut loss dun sa entry point mo pagka hindi na-confirm. Or you can cut loss sa 38.2%. Sabi mo, bakit sa 38.2%? Parang napakalayo na. Maraming cases na nangyayari, na nagkakaroon ng tinatawag na whipsaw. Okay, di ba yung nagre-reverse and then at the same time biglang magdediretso dun sa na-analyze mo. So ito, pine-prevent mo yung sarili mo na hindi ka ma-whipsaw. At alam mo na talagang bumagsak na siya. So kung if you're a low risk trader, okay, na bumibili ka lang kapag ka nabe-break yung previous high, yung 38.2% ang pwede mong gamitin as cut loss level. Second, medium risk when the price broke down from the previous low. Okay, ano bang natin sa medium risk? Ang medium risk natin usually, di ba, is kapag ka nag-bounce na siya dito sa level na to. So kung halimbawa, nag-bounce, bumili siya. Okay? One option is pwede mong gamitin yung 61.8% as your cut loss level or yung previous low, pwedeng 1.92. So nasa sa iyo 'yan. Yun yung option mo. If you're tight with your cut loss, maliit ang mawawala sa iyo, and yet the drawback is pwede kang ma-whipsaw. Kung malalim naman yung cut loss mo, medyo malaki ang mawawala sa iyo, pero may confirmation ka naman na hindi na siya talaga magtutuloy. So which one should you choose? It will be up to you. Okay, dahil nasa sa'yo yan. Depende yan sa risk tolerance mo, depende sa trading psychology mo. Lahat yan, ikaw ang mag-decide. And lastly, for high risk, when the price broke down of the 61.8% retracement support. So kung halimbawa, yung mga bumili sa level na to, okay, one option is, again, yung 38.2% if you're very tight with your position. And lastly, if it breaks the 61.8%. So assuming na bumili ka sa level around, sabihin natin closing, around 2.87. If you will plot Fibonacci, you will have already identified your cut loss level around 2.47. So you lost around 40 flux, 40 points. Pero it's better kesa umabot ng 1.2 which was foreseen natin matagal na. Okay? So high risk, low risk, and medium risk. Sabi niya, when do you earn money? The most important thing to remember is that you earn money when you close a trade and book profit from it. You don't earn money kapag you don't earn money hanggat ang pera mo is nandyan. Dahil a trade can change direction in an instant. Just like this afternoon, SMPH was trading around 23.5. What's the price? 19.5. I can't remember. And then it was forced close nung mag-closing na. So yung mga gains mo nung before run off, biglang nawala. So ganun kabilis ang mangyayari diyan. So you will say na you earn money once you close your trade. So paano mo malalaman kung kailan ka magko-close ng trade? Maraming option diyan. One option is using the basic Fibonacci approach pa rin. So ano yung basic Fibonacci approach? Assuming itong level na to is a reversal point. Okay. Gamitin natin itong natapos na. So assuming nakita natin dito na nag-reverse na. Okay? If you're using Fibonacci, the basic Fibonacci, the initial profit zone na palagi niyong gagamitin is a 38.2%. Sabihin niyo, bakit 38.2%? Parang napakalapit yan. The reason why 38.2% is because 38.2% is your gauge to identify if the trend is strong or not. Okay? If you're putting a position, assuming nakachamba kayo, na bottom fish niyo yan, okay? The 38.2% level, okay, you can sell 50% of your position to 38.2% level. Once it reaches the 38.2% level, benta mo yung kalahati ng hawak mo and you have 50% remaining na po pwede mong pasakayin. If it reaches the 61.8%, okay, that is a good sign na yan ay strong. So kailan ka po pwedeng mag-take ng profit? The moment it reaches yung tinatawag natin na extension levels. Okay, so we have here the 113%, we have here 127%, we have here 161.8%. It will be up to you. Okay, So, if it reach 113%, pwede ka na mag-take profit dyan. If it reach 127%, pwede ka na mag-take profit dyan. If it reach 161.8%, pwede ka na mag-take profit dyan. Okay? But the important thing is, you should have a gauge para ma-identify mo kaagad sa unang tingin mo pa lang if magtutuloy ba yan or hindi. Kasi we don't use hope in trading. Okay? Usually, yung hope ang papatay sa'yo. Katulad nito. Okay? We've identified already as early as February, second week of February, that there is potential na bumagsak at lumalakas yung downtrend. You don't hope. Okay? You have already an idea na FNI may drop at lumalakas yung preceding trend dahil they are testing already your gauge. Okay, your 38.2% gauge. Kapag yan ay binasag and it closed below that 38.2%, that is already a warning indicator for you. Okay, if you haven't cut your losses on that area, you have the second, the final support, which is around 61.8%. The 61.8% is always the confirmation of the trend or yung validation mo. The 38.2% will give you the warning. If it breaks the 61.8%, then the warning is confirmed. Sobrang lakas ang downtrend. The same thing kapag pabaliktad naman, katulad nitong level na to. Okay, we will use this. 38.2% is our gauge. So papansinin nyo, it was rejected by 61.8% at first attempt. Second attempt, 61.8% rejected it again. After it broke out of the 61.8%, okay, pansinin nyo, nagdire-diretso na siya ng pagangat until it reach a certain level and then tsaka siya nagkaroon ng rebound. Okay? So papansinin nyo dito, nagkaroon ako ng signal dito sa aking stochastics, nagkaroon ng convergence sa aking MACD. It adds on dun sa ating assumption na it may progress. Okay? So napakasimple lang kung titingnan natin. We only have 3 points to consider. We have the 38.2%, we have the 61.8% and 161.8%. If it breaches the 38.2% acting as support, that is already an early warning signal na you have to watch closely. If you haven't cut your losses on that level, okay, you have to make sure you cut your losses to sa susunod na level, which is around 61.8%. If sa uptrend naman, binrake yung 38.2%, that is a good indicator for us na the uptrend is getting stronger. And the break of 61.8% is the confirmation that the uptrend is really strong. So, all you have to do, may mga chances, di ba, tinatawag na buy on dips. So, kailangan magba-buy on dips. Yung buy on dips natin is gagamitin rin natin yung Fibonacci. If the dip bounces from 38.2%, then there is an opportunity to buy. If it reaches 38.2% acting as support, then hindi na buy on dips yan. Okay? Dahil alam natin na yan ay lumalakas na. So you can use this for swing trading, you can use this for position trading, depende sa strategy nyo. Pero the basic concept of Fibonacci is dito lang. All you have to do is just remember the 3 Fibonacci levels, the 38.2, the 61.8%, and 161.8%. Once you remember all those 3, remember na yung tatlo na yan will require volume. Okay? Pag walang volume, binasag yan, assuming resistance ang 38.2%, umangat, and yung volume niya is lower than the previous candles, huwag kayong masyadong aasa na yan ay magtutuloy dahil eventually it will break that level when it's being tested as support. Okay? Okay, may tanong kung sa close at open lang ba itatapat or pwede rin sa high at low. Depende sa inyo. I would suggest you use the open and close. yung body lang ng candle. Dahil dyan yung makikita talaga yung actual support and resistance. Pero kung halimbawa, nasanay kayo na isama yung wick, walang problema dyan. But make sure, if you're using the wick, isama nyo yung wick ng other end. Okay? So dito, di ba, yung plugging pa dati, it's a cup and handle. So pansinin nyo, cup and handle. Ito yung cup and handle. Pero bakit hindi nag-materialize? Okay? Always use Fibonacci to verify if the trend is strong or not. If the trend is strong, madali nyo makikita yan sa Fibonacci. Okay? And you can easily adjust your trades accordingly. Okay? So may sabi, PIP. Tingnan ko natin yung PIP. So dito sa PIP, so papansinin natin dito, di ba? Ito, pwede itong pivot point. Ang titingnan natin dito is yung pag-angat nito. So all we have to do is just draw a line from here up to this level. So anong mapapansin natin? Bin-rate niya ngayon yung 38.2%. May volume ba? Lagyan natin ng volume. Nawala. Okay, lagyan natin ng volume. Para mas makita natin yung gamit ng volume with regard sa Fibonacci. Okay. So, pansinin natin dito sa level na to, may volume siya. Malakas yung volume niya. Okay? Pero unfortunately, hindi siya nagtuloy. Sa mga sumunod na level, pansinin nyo itong level na to, bin-rate niya yung 38.2%, nag-open siya doon, pero wala siyang volume. Kaya ang tendency, nag-close siya. Below doon sa 38.2%. So ngayon, yung 38.2% sa PIP, kung titingnan natin ito, yan ang magiging reference point nyo if you're using the daily chart. If you're using a weekly chart, ito magiging itsura niyan. Okay? So pwede natin gamitin ito from this point to this point. So makikita nyo kung nasaan yung range ng PIP. Okay, nagre-range siya sa level na to. Pwede siya, ang downside niya is pwede siya bumaba hanggang 3.74, pwede siya umakyat hanggang 4.86. So dito pa lang makikita natin kung nasaan na ang resistance at support ng PIP. If you will go dun sa mas maliit na candle, pwede natin gawin from here to here. So ano nakikita natin dyan? If you will look closely, mapapansin nyo is hindi niya inabot yung 38.2% pa. Hindi siya nag-close doon. Nag-close siya one time, pero nagkaroon naman ng sell-off the next time. Okay? Kahit na makikita niyo yung volume niya tumataas, still yung 38.2% pa rin ang nagiging problem niya. So yun lang titingnan natin dito. Palaging yung 38.2% na yan will be your gauge. It can be set as your initial profit objective, or kung halimbawa naipit ka na, tingnan mo yung 38.2%, that will be your early warning signal kung kailan ka dapat mag-exit. Okay, pwede daw ba DNL? Natin DNL. Okay, the significance of using weekly chart is sa weekly chart makikita mo yung full picture. Pagka sa daily chart makikita mo kasi napaka volatile sa daily chart. And at the same time, pag tumitingin ka sa daily chart, yung emotions mo madali kang madala dahil sobra siyang galaw. But if you're looking at the weekly chart, makikita nyo, simple lang siya. So if you're analyzing a stock, I would suggest you look at the weekly chart para makita nyo kung nasaan ang direction. And para malaman nyo yung hierarchy niyan, the daily follows the weekly chart. The weekly chart follows the monthly chart, and the monthly chart follows the yearly chart. So kung halimbawa sa weekly chart, sinabi sa weekly chart na pabagsak siya, and yung daily mo is paakyat, then that should be a warning signal sa'yo. Dahil potentially, after that certain level, it will drop Okay, so DNL, tingnan natin yung DNL. If we're using weekly chart, so we use this level to this level. So pansinin natin, na-break niya yung 61.8%. So pag na-break yung 61.8%, usually, it will require a retest. Tingnan natin sa daily. Sa daily, we have this pivot point, we have this high point. So pwede natin gamitin yan. Okay? So papansinin natin sa daily, ano ang pumigil sa kanya sa pag-akyat? Yung 61.8% ratio. So once this 61.8% ratio gets broken, okay, alam na natin kung ano yung susunod na magiging resistance niya, which is 20.06. Okay? So, pansinin niyo yung relevance ito sa DNL. Okay. Itong run na to, from this point to this point, kinuhanan natin ng Fibonacci. Assuming na itong level na to, hindi pa nag-exist. Or up to this level, hindi pa nag-exist. So, anong napansin niyo dito? Di ba, from 38.2% nag-bounce siya. So, if nag-bounce siya from 38.2%, this is a show of strength. So if you're a high risk trader, nakabili ka na dito. Okay? If you're a low risk trader, dito ka bumili. Kaso nakabili ka rito, ano nangyari? Bumagsak naman siya. Pagbagsak niya, nakikita niyo kung saan siya nag-hold, doon pa rin sa 38.2% na original na sinukat niyo. We will move this and use this as another pivot point. Makikita nyo, nag-hold yung 38.2%. And then, binasag niya, nag-retest. Pag-retest, pansinin niyo yung retest niya. Kakaunti yung volume. So, ano nangyari? It failed. Okay? Umangat siya. Okay? Tingnan niyo dito, bin-rate niya 38.2%, pero yung volume niya napakaliit. Ano nangyari? Confirmation, nabasag. Okay? Binasag yung 61.8%. Sabi natin, once na binasag yung 61.8%, it will require also another retest. Ngayon, ito yung retest. So, titingnan natin sa mga susunod na candles if it will be broken. If it gets broken, then we have the 20.0 as our next resistance. After this, if this gets broken, then that's a good sign na yan ay getting stronger. Kapag nakakita na tayo ng reversal dyan, assuming na meron ng green candle na susunod dyan, so you can use this as your Fibonacci. So ito ang initial na profit natin objective, around 19.8. Susunod dyan is 20.30. After this gets broken, then it will be blue sky. So when you take profit, ito yung pinaka-basic implementation ng taking profit using Fibonacci. It's a basic discussion about cutting your losses using Fibonacci. Okay, and if you want to go further, okay, you can use harmonics. Okay, harmonics will give you different pattern. Kung ano yung mga nakikita yung pinopost ko, yun ang inana natin. Okay, PLC, PXP. Okay, automatic ba na may extension ng Fibonacci? So usually from 0 to 100 lang how to have that extension. If you're using Call Financial, pag right-click nyo dun sa chart, meron dun Fibonacci retracement na merong extension. Pag yun ang pinili nyo, lalabas yung extension na yan. So if you're using Instagrams, okay, you can log into Instagrams.com. I'll show you Instagrams. So sa Instagrams or sa TradingView, so sa Instagrams.com, kasi parang Facebook na rin siya. Meron dyan chart. Saan na ba yung chart? Sabay chart. Madala ko kasing ginagamit to eh. So, assuming we look at Ali. Ayala lang. Okay, sa ibaba niyan, nandiyan yung chart. Okay, so yan yung chart. Yung Fibonacci, makikita nyo dito, yung pitchfork na to, pag kinlik nyo yan, nandiyan yung Fibonacci retracement. So if we will plot Fibonacci, okay, we plot Fibonacci from here to this level, okay, makikita nyo yung extension ng Dirian. So paano nyo i-edit yung extension na yan? Just click on this gear, and then palitan nyo na dito lahat. So you can put 161.8, 1.13, 1.27, you can put 1.4. Check on that. And then, nasa na yung okay nito? Hindi lumalabas yung okay. Okay, so, ulitin natin, Fibonacci. You're using Investagrams. Okay, click on the gear icon. Palitan nyo lang yan. Ay, lumabas yung yan. So, 1.4, then click OK. So, makikita nyo, lalabas dyan yung 1.4. Okay? So, katulad dito, gamitin natin itong Fibonacci rito. So, from this point, from this level to this level, so, ang early sign na makikita natin will be the 38.2%. O PSEI pala to. Pag ang PSEI, it breaches 7740 with a good volume, then it is a good sign na yan ay magpo-progress pa pataas. Pero if it bounces off from the 7740, then alam natin na yan ay nanghihina na. Okay, how much is the volume to be considered as big volume signal? As long as it's bigger compared to the previous weeks or previous candles. Okay? Makikita nyo naman yan eh, yung volume niyan is increasing. If the volume is increasing at binreg niya 38.2%, that is one good signal, okay, na kapag ka nagkaroon ng retest, the resistance that was broken may hold as support. Okay, may. Yung word is may. There's no guarantee that it will hold the support, but it may hold as support. So you have the chance already kapag ka nakita mo na kaagad. Okay? So may recorded ba nito? Opo. As of this time, nire-record natin ito. Okay, so any question with regards sa paggamit ng Fibonacci? Yung mga question nyo regarding sa mga stuff, all you have to do is just apply the Fibonacci and try to see if you can make some what do you call that, analysis out of it. Basta always remember na yung titingnan lang natin palagi dito is yung 38.2% and 61.8%. The 38.2% will be your initial gauge to identify if the retracement is getting stronger. If the 38.2% is not even breached, it means po pwedeng mag-continue kung ano man yung preceding trend. Can I use Fibo alone? The answer is no. Diba nasa rule natin? Sabi sa rule natin, balikan natin. Okay. Don't rely on Fibonacci alone. Kaya natin ginamitan ng iba't ibang indicators to complement kung ano man yung analysis mo. So kung halimbawa nakita mo 38.2%, nag-analyze ka somewhere around 38.2%. Katulad nito, yung DNL. So kung gagamitin natin yung DNL, assuming ito yung ginamit ko na level, binrake niya yung almost, okay, 19.37, 61.8%, nag-close siya sa 19.4. binrake niya. Pero mapapansin nyo, yung volume niya is hindi naman ganun kataas. Okay? Pero I have an indicator here, STS or stochastics, which may confirm na merong potential reversal na po pwede mangyari. Okay? Itong MACD natin, usually, pag pinagsama nyo yung STS at saka yung MACD, yung signal ng STS, yung MACD, you will have to wait for like after 2 or 3 candles bago yan magkakaroon ng reaction. So kapag nagkaroon ng cross as a buy signal to stochastics, makikita nyo yung MACD after 2 or 3 days, saka yan magkakaroon ng reaction. So katulad nito, tinan nyo to, nag-react yung stochastic sa level na to. Okay, nag-cross na siya. So that's a buy signal. Tingnan nyo kung kailan nagkaroon ng reaction yung MACD. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So ganun kahuli yung MACD na yan. Okay, just dun sa mga gumagamit ng MACD. Pero the good thing about MACD is makikita mo yung longer term. Okay? So after 5 days, na-confirm mo na merong reversal at mapapansin nyo, nag-continue pa yung trend na yan. So pwede nyo gamitin tong combination na to or whatever suits you kapag dating sa mga indicators na yan. Okay, therefore, I conclude, di ako pwede as trader. Masyado magulo pa. This is just the basic. Okay, this is just the basic. Once, kasi the thing about trading, masyado nagkakaroon ng wrong perception ng karamihan with regards to trading. Okay, trading is not about speculative or hindi ka nag-speculate. When you're trading, you always manage your risk. As a trader, if you're a professional trader, before you even place a trade, you already have a plan in place. Kaya palagi nyo narinig sinasabi, plan your trade and trade your plan. Okay? The good thing about traders, you can easily exit. Ang unfortunate kasi na nakikita ko, if I go to different forums, ang palagi ko narinig na nababasa is, Sir, ano pong TP? Sir, cut na po ba ako? Sir, hanggang saan po ba? May chance pa po ba? Okay? So you don't need to be a trader to identify those points. Okay? The basic Fibonacci na pinakita natin dito sa inyo will already give you a glimpse of what may happen. I don't say that what will happen, but I would say what may happen, because at the end of the day, the market will be the boss. The price will be king. Kahit anong analysis mo, pagdating sa market, the market will dictate kung ano man ang magiging direction yan. Ilang years na ako nagtitrade, siguro mga 2015 ngayon, no? So around 5 years. Okay? Around 5 years. And I've lost a lot, to be honest. I've lost a lot. And kahit pa paano, yes, it's self-taught. The good thing about teaching yourself is kung saan ka natalo, okay, you will have to reanalyze, you will have to reassess, and then malalaman mo kung saan ka nagkamali, and you will improve your trades next time. Ang usual settings ng stochastics is palaging yung default. Wala akong binabago sa stochastics, although gagawa ka din ng book. That is in plan already. Hopefully by December of this year, matapos ko na kapag sinipag ako. So whatever I have, yung kung ano man yung tinuturo natin, we'll put that in a book. Hopefully by December of this year. Hopefully. So I'm not giving any dates. Pag sinipag ako, gagawin ko. Pag hindi ako sinipag, baka next year. So we will cover everything. If you're trading short term, okay, you can use the daily. Doon mo gawin lahat ng analysis mo. Okay, yung mga di ba, katulad ng si Miko Tayo, Chupitero, sa daily siya nag-chart. And during trading, nandun siya sa intraday chart. Yun ang tinitingnan niya. Okay, pagka if you're a swing trader or position trader, I would suggest you look at the weekly chart. Okay, so weekly chart kasi makikita mo yung trend talaga and you can adjust accordingly. YouTube channel na lang. Yeah, ipo-post natin tong recording na to sa YouTube. Regular monthly source of income. I'm a full-time engineer working in Doha, Qatar. I'm a senior engineer. I'm living here with my family. Anong pagkakaiba ng swing trader sa position trader? Ang swing trader is you just trade the swing. Pag nakita mo umaakyat siya, you ride that moment, and then nakikita mo na bumabagsak siya, you will sell at an instant. Position trader, nakikita mo na bumabagsak siya, as long as alam mo na nasa uptrend pa siya, yan yung tinatawag na buy the dip. May certain level ka na aabangan. When you see that certain level, maintain its support, then you add more position, and then you continue. You will only sell your position the moment na yung level na nakita mo is broken na. May tanong, ano ang premyo ng early bird? Early bird will have big bird. Kung walang trabaho sa QK, tapos ang book. Kung walang trabaho sa Qatar, yes, tatapos yung book. If you're asking about SMA, I'm not the best person to ask because I don't use SMA lines. Okay, what is your best entry? The entry, if you're going to trade FNI, the entry should have been a couple of days ago, around 1.2. Just na-analyze natin ang potential reversal zone. Okay, so from that level, you can go back to your chart. Okay, go back to your chart, and you find the swing. So makikita natin dito 1.75 is a critical resistance. Until this gets broken, this what do you call that? This stock will still be considered a weak stock. So huwag kayong humabol. Until you see this 1.65 gets broken with big volume, huwag kayong humabol. Okay, nakita nyo dito may gap somewhere around anong level to? Somewhere around 1.3. What are the chances na hindi ito balikan? Okay? So you have to be very careful. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo, 'di ba, yung gauge natin palagi is yung 38.2%. Until the 38.2% gets broken at na-manage na yon na mag-hold siya as support sa level na yon, only then I would suggest na i-trade yan dahil the reversal is getting stronger. Okay, anong suggestion of further reading? You can, it will be up to you. Nasa sa inyo po yon. This is only an introduction. Okay, I'm offering webinars. Actually, I don't have plan for the next webinar session, but if there will be interest, I will be teaching the Fibonacci and Cloud training system, which covers Ichimoku, Kinko-Hayo, harmonics, everything in detail. Pati yung Fibonacci. Okay, so I have received a lot of inquiries already, but I'm still checking the feasibility, time and all. How can I link PSCI to AMI broker? Kailangan nyo ba mag-download ng mga CSV? 1.5 average sa FNI, okay pa ba, sir? So far okay pa, pero you have to be careful now because nakita natin dito, this is a shooting star. Usually for a candlestick, when you see a shooting star, that is an early sign of or a warning sign of an impending reversal. Pagka sa susunod na linggo, nag-open yan ng mas mababa, so potentially po pwede yang bumagsak. So anong level na titingnan natin? Pwede kang mag-Fibonacci dyan sa level na yan. Okay, so you have 1.46. If you have somewhere around this level, para malaman mo na lumalakas yung reversal, 1.46, you cut your losses. If ito ang maging reversal point. Okay, what kind of trader are you? I'm a position trader po. Okay, I use the weekly charts. I put my trades first day of the week kapag nakita ko yung ano man yung trades na yon, and I put GTC. Dahil hindi sa lahat ng oras nakaka-monitor ako. The good thing about position trader is meron ka ng plan of action already. I only look at the charts at the end of the day, usually pag uwi sa bahay paggabi or kapag walang masyadong work, nakakasilip ako sa sa broker. Other than that, wala. If you're a swing trader, you need to be looking at the chart most of the time dahil dun mo malalaman when the swing will end. Intraday, hindi po nakakagamit sa aming broker. Before, you can use intraday, but you have to pay for subscription sa Red Suns Technologies para dun sa real-time data. Do I use PivoArcs? I don't use PivoArcs. I know someone who uses PivoArcs. If you know Jason Cam, he's also a good technical analyst, and meron siyang book. So if you want, you can search for I don't know where, in Facebook or somewhere, and magkakaroon ako ng kopya ng book na yon. Don't worry, I'll post pictures when it arrives. I made some reservations already and have a good friend who ordered it for me and will be sending it over. So I would recommend also Jason Cam. Jason Cam is a very good technical analyst. He's the administrator for the trading post, if you're aware of that group. So highly recommended yon. You can give it a shot. I think it's around 800 pesos only. Hard physical book. It's not an ebook. What is the effect or impact of cross buying like BA-SEC? The thing is, the moment na nagkaroon ng broker anonymity, mawawalan na po kayo ng basis sa ganyan. Kaya I would suggest, don't focus on the pros and don't focus on the broker. Dahil if you will focus on that, hindi natin alam kung ano nangyari. Pwedeng pasa-load lang yan. Okay? So for the time being, don't focus on the broker, focus on the price movement. FNI cut loss point, pinakita na natin kanina, around 1.46 to 38.2%. If that level holds, it's good. If that level breaks, then it's bad. Okay, FGen. Okay. Ang books na binasa ko for Ichimoku is I'm using Trading with Ichimoku Clouds by Manesh Patel. And Harmonix, I'm using Harmonic Trading by Scott Carney, the creator himself. Okay, may mga nagpapa-reserve na sa Fibo and Clouds webinar. So, i-advise ko po kayo kung kailan magkakaroon. Hopefully by June, kung kakayanin natin by June. The Fibonacci and Clouds webinar is comprising of 4 modules. So, module 1 is Fibonacci. We discuss Fibonacci in full detail, from retracements to extensions to projections. We have the module 2, which is Ichimoku. We have module 3 for technical bounce play. And we have module 4, which is Harmonic. So, yung batch namin ngayon will be finalizing next week for module 4. Merong mga nandirito na nakigulo pa. Okay, although alam na nila to, nakisama pa rin sila. Okay. Saan po na-download yung CSV? Meron pong website. Okay, merong website na ang pangalan ay Stock Market Pilipinas. Okay. So sa Stock Market Pilipinas, meron yan tinatawag na CSV Daily Quotation Report. So pag pinuntahan niyo yan, search nyo lang CSV Stock Market Pilipinas. Ito yung itsura niyan. Stock Market Pilipinas. So ito yung thread niyan. CSV Daily Quotation Report. So makikita nyo, nandiyan yung mga daily CSVs na ina-upload ng mga supporters. Okay. May recording po yung complete Fibonacci and Clouds webinar. Actually, every end of the module, I'm sending a link for the participants to download the webinar so that they can watch it offline on their mobile. Ang exact date ng pagpunta ng Make Trade sa Doha, I was informed will be around July. So roughly will be probably around July 3 we'll try to organize a location para magkaroon ng area na kung saan pwede mag-meet sa make trade. Mas big ba ang gain as position trader compared sa swing trader? Depende po yan. Depende sa position nyo, depende sa tinitrade nyo, depende sa risk tolerance nyo. Okay? The gain will depend talaga sa'yo. If you're a position trader and you're trading like 5-10 million pesos, of course, a small fluctuation, napakalaki na ng gain nun. If you're a swing trader and you're trading 50-100,000 pesos, of course, compared doon, mas maliit. So, depende yan. Sa position sizing mo, depende yan sa risk tolerance mo. To each his own. Okay? Bumili kayo ng book ni Jason Cam. Okay, that's good. It's highly recommended. In trend, there are lots of levels. Which level should I best use? If you're asking about Fibonacci, the levels that I usually use, I start with 0. We have 38.2%. We have the 50%, 61.8%. I have the 78.6, 88.6, 113%, 127%, and 161.8%. I have 9 points. I have 9 levels. And those 9 levels may not be of use to you as of the moment, but for our harmonic practitioner, those levels are very essential. Mostly, doon umiikot yung mga analysis ko if I'm using harmonic. If you're plotting Fibonacci, it's not always from low to high. You can go from high to low, depending on your on the leg that you're measuring. If you're measuring a retracement, which is pababa, of course it will be low to high. If you're measuring a retracement, which is pataas, of course it will be high to low. Okay, so recap natin katulad nito. If I want to measure this retracement, all I have to do is plot this leg. Okay? Para makita ko yung retracement ito, kukunin ko siya sa leg na to. So, I'll plot from here all the way up to here. So, that will be from high to low. I'm using only the body. You can use the wick. Depende sa inyo. Pero sa akin, I mentioned already the start of this, na I will only use, and I would suggest to use the body only dahil mas makikita nyo talaga yung direction. Boss, ba't ayaw mo join sa trading post? There was a misunderstanding before. It was long ago. I was kicked out by Jason Cam. Dahil akala niya nagto-troll ako and meron daw nag-report na admin na I'm a troll. So there was a misunderstanding, and then I decided not to pursue trading posts. But the trading post is a very responsible Facebook group. Nandoon yung isa kong idol na fundamentalist, si William Bayona, which is a very good fundamental analyst, I would say. How often do I trade basura stocks? If I see one, I trade one. How often that will be? Hindi siya consistent. Okay, may mga instances na makakita ko ng isa na may high probability, and then ita-trade ko siya. But I always make sure when you're trading basura, rule number 1, when you're trading basura, your overall basura should not be more than 10% of your overall equity. So if you have $1 million pesos worth of equity, if you're trading basura, it should not be more than 100,000 pesos overall. So if you have 5 basuras in place, that should not be around more than 20,000 pesos each. It is also advisable for forex trading, yes. Fibonacci is very, very much used in forex trading. In fact, harmonics and Ichimoku is mostly used in forex trading. Ang payment ng upcoming webinars, the last webinar, I only charged around $200 for the 4 modules. That's just about it. A reservation, all you have to do is just send an email to imichimoku@gmail.com. So just put your name there, and then I will check kung pwede tayo mag-schedule for next month. Ilang taon ka na naging confident sa trading? When I started trading, it took me 6 months to apply one system. When I learned about Fibonacci, it took me 6 months. When I learned about Ichimoku, it took me 6 months. To integrate that, it took me a year. When I learned about harmonics, until now, I'm still learning for my trade. So the good thing about trading is it's a continuous learning. You will not stop. Author Jason Cam, CAM. Chart Nexus, yes, Chart Nexus is very much, I would suggest. Okay. Position sizing, depende po sa inyo yung position sizing. Okay, if you're following a trend and you know that it's a reversal of the trend, I usually put a position of 30% initially. So whatever, like for example, you plan to put 100,000 pesos of position on a particular stock. Hindi ka bibili ng 100,000 pesos kaagad at an instant. Okay, I will divide that into 3. I will have 30% already. So 30% is my test buy. If it will reverse, kung hindi magmamaterialize, I have my cut loss level. I always cut on my cut loss level. If it will continue, for every certain resistance na makikita ko na mababasag, then I will put my susunod na 30%. And then remaining 40% will just be a staggered. So the next dip, I'll put in around 20%, I'll put in 10%, and so on and so forth. So depende. You can make your own strategy. And I think Roy Reyes, meron siyang pinakita dati na strategy sa position sizing. You can also follow that. It's also a good strategy. Join ka ulit sa TTP. If you notice, I rarely appear sa mga trading groups now. Mostly sa wall na lang ako nagpo-post dahil medyo busy sa work. Even sa chat room, may mga chat room na sinasali ako, pero I rarely post sa mga chat room. So I will try. There's no guarantee kasi baka mamaya pumasok ako sa group na yun pero hindi rin naman ako magko-contribute, so sayang lang din. There is plan actually when we spoke with Make Trade team. They are planning to hold an event. So what would be that event? I'm still not sure. It will be finalized. I will have to talk to Senor Ramon from Make Trade. We may arrange. We may come up with something. Yung site na makikita yung CSV is stockmarketpilipinas.com. How can you categorize stock as basura if the if the market capitalization is below 10 billion? It is considered as basura. So just check the market capitalization if you're using call, just makita nyo dun sa right side, market capitalization. Okay, Ziprig is a very, very good trader. It's a good friend. Okay. Highly recommended siya. Of course, the training comes with the price. Nothing comes free. Its system is very good and it's designed for momentum and swing traders. Yung chart Nexus, yung Fibonacci dyan is medyo naka-fix na. I was told by one of my participants na pwede nang baguhin, pero I've checked chart Nexus lately, wala pa akong nakitang settings na pwede baguhin. So, yan yung nakita ko limitation ng chart Nexus. Hindi mo pwede baguhin yung level ng retracement. Okay, may tanong is how do I screen? I screen manually. If you're using Ichimoku, you can screen the whole stocks in less than 30 minutes, and you will have a list already which has the higher probability and low probability, and then you can go on in detail. 10 minutes looking at the stock, meron ka na makikitang lahat ng entry point, cut loss point, everything makikita mo na kagad. That's in a 10-minute duration. Yung newsletter sa interested, may nagtanong, I have 2 ways of subscription. One is if you will pledge a support dun sa Oplan Tabang Isko. It's a non-profit organization. So if you pledge 500 pesos monthly dun sa mga bata na sinusuportahan nila, just send me a proof of receipt, and then I will include you on the mailing list. Will you consider PPC as basura? Check the market capitalization. If the market capitalization is below 10 billion, that will be considered a third liner. Why did you pick April 8 as the peak of April 27? FNI chart. 1 minute, sir. Huh? Why did I pick April 8 versus the peak of April 27? Okay, you can use the same. Okay, you can use this. Sabi ko, di ba, the higher, more candles, mas makikita mo talaga yung direction niya. So if I will use this level, okay, makikita nyo, na-break niya yung 38.2%. That is also okay. Okay, but if you will use this level, mas makikita mo yung mas malaking view. Dahil this whole leg, okay, is one complete leg. Ito is portion lang. So ito is one whole. Ito yung main pivot point, and this is the next pivot point. Ito kasi mapapansin nyo, nagkaroon ng continuation. So you can use 27 for swing for short term or shorter term, okay? And you can use this also. Walang mali dyan. Whichever will suit for you, you can use either. But if you will notice yung level nung Fibonacci, almost the same. Okay? So dito, nag-hold yung 1.56. So kapag nag-retest sa 1.56, alam natin na yan ay mag-fail. Pag ginamitan naman natin ng malayo, makikita natin na hindi pa siya enough. Lalong-lalo na pagka ginamit natin pataas ng pataas. Okay? So napakalayo pa ng tatahakin yan. More so if we use this level. So yan yung ultimate. It needs to go up to 2.17 para masabi mo talaga na nagkaroon na ng overall reversal. Kasi yung mga reversal points na yan, mas maliliit, mas short. Tama, in English ko lang. Okay? Mas maliliit, ibig sabihin yung duration ng bounce is mas maliit lang din. So the longer na tinitingnan mo, the more na makikita kung saan yung direction ng trend. Okay? 10 billion po, 10 billion. Ami Broker, you have to pay for that. That's around $200 if you want to pay. However, merong mga torrent sites na nag-offer ng Ami Broker. So you can just go and search. If you can find one, then you can use it. But I would recommend if you're trading, just buy the Ami Broker. It's only $200. I think ngayon, just check on amibroker.com. Hindi nyo po required na i-fund yung account nyo directly. Okay? However, you won't be given any parang call yan pag nagpunta yung ATR. Diba yung call kapag nag-open ka ng call account until hindi mo nilalagyan ng pera, hindi ma-activate yung account mo. Wala kang username, wala kang password. So, ganun din ang mangyayari sa ATR. Once na nilagyan mo na ng fund yun, saka kanila para dadala ng username at saka ng password. The Ami Broker does not work on MacBook. If you're using a MacBook, you can use VMware Fusion or Parallels and install Windows. The shorter the trend level, hindi po sinabi na the more accurate. The longer the more candles you use means the more na makikita mo yung actual trend. Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na mga bounce lang. Okay, so kapag ginamit mo is maliliit lang, may mga certain bounce point lang yan. Na kapag mapapansin, pag in-adjust mo ngayon yung candles mo, in-adjust mo further, makikita mo na kaya pala siya nauntog sa level na yun is dahil yung longer time frame, pinapakita niya na nandun pala yung matinding resistance. Okay? Watch list stock. Okay, what I will do is I will give everyone a complimentary newsletter for next week. I usually send a newsletter on Sunday. So, yung mga emails nyo na ginamit nyo for registration, I will forward the newsletter this Sunday. Okay? Para magkaroon kayo ng idea kung ano man yung nakikita ko. Okay? So, do you guys still have any question? May naintindihan naman ba with regards sa basic ng Fibonacci? Ilang taon na ako? I'm 25 years old. I stopped aging at the age of 25. Okay. Hindi, charot lang yon. Okay, so kung next webinar na free, we will check kung ano man ang makita natin dahil i-post natin to sa YouTube or doon sa aking blog site imichimoku.com, and we'll see. Okay? So kung wala nang the longer the better, Ichimoku. Talagang kilala si Darling, no? Okay, so if you don't have any more questions, and kung wala nang kung naintindihan naman kahit paano, thank you for attending this webinar. If you have any more questions, feel free to send me a message sa Facebook, and I will try to answer. I will not answer if you're asking me about TP or if you're asking me about a certain stock. Okay, make sure when you ask me a question, you have to back your question with an analysis. And then I will just provide you my 2 cents with regard to that. Okay? So maraming salamat po, and hope you enjoy this almost 2 hours of session, and hopefully kahit papaano makatulong sa decision making, and hindi na kayo masyadong magtiwala sa mga third party, even myself. I don't recommend you believing me. All I require is always validate the analysis, even myself. Okay, so maraming salamat po, and mabuhay po kayo. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat.